Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, faculty, parents, family, friends, fellow graduates of 2015. Congratulations to all the graduates here today, receiving the Doctor of Medicine, the Bachelor of Science in Medical Radiation Sciences, and Bachelor of Science Physician Assistants, and diplomas in Industrial Health, Health Administration, and Clinical Chemistry. I want to echo the President's remarks. That's congratulations to all of you who've worked to make this day happen, your parents, your wives and husbands, your partners, and other members of your family. I want to acknowledge my wife, Janice, whose support for the past 46 years has been indispensable in my career. I'm very honored to receive an honorary degree from the University of Toronto, and I thank all of those on the U of T Governing Council and Academic Board who made this possible. After 42 years at the University of Toronto, I finally have a U of T degree. I am now a proud U of T alumnus, joining the over 500,000 living alumni. Now, as a physician, the fact that it is an honorary Doctor of Laws makes it all the more meaningful. After all, none of my law school colleagues have honorary Doctor of Medicine degrees. In fact, no universities in North America confer honorary Doctor of Medicine degrees. I suspect that's because more damage can be caused by someone with an honor degree in medicine, practicing medicine, than someone with an honor degree in law, practicing law. Nonetheless, I assure the Board and Senate that I do not plan to offer legal advice. It is traditional for a convocation speaker to share with graduates an important lesson or lessons that he and she has learned from life. So fellow graduates, let me now tell you what episode I experienced which had a major impact in my life. An honorary degree, as you heard, is one of the greatest honors an academic institution can bestow. Yet, before my career had even started, I was told that I had committed academic suicide. Let me elaborate. Before beginning medical school, I wanted a career in academic medicine, combining clinical practice with teaching and research. After graduating medical school from McGill in 1967, I did 2 years of clinical training in internal medicine at the Royal Victoria Hospital in Montreal, and then 2 years of training in New York at Albert Einstein College of Medicine, a year in pulmonary medicine, and a year as chief medical resident. I then went to the Cardiovascular Research Institute at the University of California in San Francisco and was planning to do 2 years of basic research in preparation for seeking an academic appointment in a medical school. The research program that was assigned to me when I came was to study the control of breathing in sleeping dogs. The experimental design called for me to bring a dog into the lab, close the door, and then wait for the dog to go to sleep when I make the measurements. I quickly learned this was not for me. Most of the time, I fell asleep before the dog did. This was the first time in my life that I had failed in an academic setting. So after 3 unhappy months and much soul searching, I decided to leave the research program after 1 year and instead go to the University of Southern California in Los Angeles to do a fellowship year in the then newly emerging discipline of intensive care medicine. I scheduled a meeting with my supervisor in San Francisco, who was a senior professor of medicine. When I told him my plans, he told me in doing so, I'd be committing academic suicide. Well, you can imagine how upset I was at his reaction. I went home that evening devastated. Well, it turned out he was wrong. And in fact, going into intensive care medicine turned out to be an excellent move, and I made my career in what is called now critical care medicine. I learned three lessons from that episode. First, you have to march your own drummer and follow your own dreams. Second, many times failure is success in disguise. Not recognizing when you're on the wrong path may be much worse than acknowledging failure. Failure led me to my life's work, critical care medicine. Third, I vowed at that time, if I was ever in the future in my supervisor's position and a young trainee or faculty member told me he was changing his plans, no matter how difficult those change of plans would be for me, I would say no problem, and encourage the young person to do what he or she, to do what he wants to do, and ask if I can help in any way. In fact, I've kept to that. In my more than 35 years of academic medicine, many times young trainees and faculty members, after committing themselves to the University of Toronto, came to me and said they had a change of mind and they decided to pursue another career opportunity. Remembering my situation decades earlier, I always said, good luck, how could I help you, and release them from their commitment. So here's my advice to you. First, do what you want to do, not what others think you should do. Second, don't be discouraged if you fail. Consider an opportunity. And third, remember, people are more important than institutions. If you're in a position to help someone in their career, do so, even though it may inconvenience you. Finally, graduates, once more, congratulations and good luck. I am proud to accept this Honorary Doctor of Laws.